The Banshee is the wailing harbinger of death. There's many different reasons for them to go ahead and exist. Something like a family member's death, or maybe haunting a specific site where they are executed, or maybe even lamenting the loss of a loved one, or a disaster struck the land and there are just kind of remnants of there. Or there's a stolen treasure, kind of like the Return the Slab guy from Courage the Cowardly Dog, I imagine, might be actually a Banshee, according to D&D rules at least. And then you also have the slate of like the thing that they most loved in the world. So they a lot of times they are just spirits that are obsessed with something, and they're filled with bitterness and sorrow. So I guess if you could go ahead and find a way to maybe calm emotions on them, it might make them. No, I probably wouldn't go ahead and make them go away. But still, they are very scary, especially since they have ability that almost killed you in prior editions instantly. Let me add you. And we're going to go and look at the stat block. So first off, the Banshee, still pretty powerful. They have 12 AC, 54 hit points. They are a CR4. They only have 5-foot movement if they're walking, but 40 if they're flying. They have so many immunities to cold, necrotic, poison, charmed, exhaustion, all that different stuff. They also have resistance to acid, bludgeoning, fire, lightning, piercing, slashing, and thunder. All these different types. Like, it's a ridiculous amount of. They're almost resistant to everything. They're like a barbarian. So they have detect life, I want to point out, which is kind of a crazy ability, as well as incorporeal form. They also have additional thing that allows them to go ahead and well, they have multi-attack, I should say, which is a corrupting touch. They also have horrify, which goes ahead and causes the fraying condition, and a DC 13. They also have that one ability which prior killed you instantly, but basically it just drops you to 0. So it's basically a deadly wail. As long as they're not in sunlight, they can go and do this ability where it's in 30 feet. It doesn't affect, obviously, constructs undead, but they have 25 fewer hit points. They're dropped to 0 hit points. But it used to just be any creature pretty much. So now, but if you do succeed, you still take 3d6 psychic damage, which is kind of crazy as well. So guys, if you're using these, I would definitely use them as a storytelling mechanic to go ahead and give a little bit more lore to your world, and maybe even tell some sort of story. They can be a little bit monologue-y, I imagine. Anyway, kind of crazy, kind of cool.